Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shay. Let's talk about Cybl. I told you guys, let it come down. This is the bottom down here. You guys know me. I love big bottoms. Let it come down to 005s. Let it come down to low 006s. I have not bought yet. I'm going to still hold off. I want to see it come down. I'm going to wait for the rest of the week. I told you guys, I follow my game plan to a T. I'm going to wait till Friday and see where it's at. For the time being, it's just going to sit here and come down slowly to 006s, low, high 005s. That's my prediction at least. Now let's take a quick look at the FAQ. This is what this video is about. We had an FAQ here. Let's come out with it and let's talk about it. The FAQ, let's see if there's anything else that we might have missed back when they came out with the video version of it. But this is the cleaner version. We can really get a look at what questions were asked and what is important for us at least to know moving forward. So market expansion and strategy. Okay, they believe they are gaining traction, but foreign military sales typically take 1 to 2 years from initial engagement to contract and commencing delivery. So if I'm going to take this at face value, then the next year and the one after that, we should see some contracts from the people that they're currently engaging with, but they're not going to get the initial contract. So that means, yeah, they're basically telling you like, hey, give us a year or two and we're going to get some contracts. That's how I'm interpreting this. With the drone industry seeing increased investment, is Cybl seeking to acquire additional businesses? Yes, Cybl is open to making strategic acquisitions. Does not rule out the possibility that Cybl itself might be an acquisition target. That's good to know. That's good to know moving forward. I wouldn't be surprised if Cybl does get acquired at some point. It would not be a bad idea. And they are looking to acquire, so that's something to keep an eye on as well. So that's like two catalysts right there: contracts and potential acquisitions. The Cybl, yeah, we already talked about this. The one-stop shop for Department of Defense. They do plan on being the one-stop shop for the Department of Defense, which is money in the bank for them. Where do you see Cybl in 5 years? We expect Cybl to become a global defense technology leader and help move the defense industry forward as a military-industrial complex 2.0 company. Our thesis is that the U.S. and our partner nations will be focused on peace through strength for the next decade. Because no one actually wants to go to war. So peace through, hey, look at me, look at what I have. I have all these AI drones and all this powerful tech. What you gonna do, Russia? What you gonna do, China? Look at this show of force. What you gonna do? Which is better than, actually having to go out there and lose lives and all that. Although I imagine if we did go to war, Cybl would benefit either way. I imagine. Accordingly, the opportunities available to our subsidiaries within the U.S. Department of Defense and across our global allies are significant. They're going to work with the Ukraine market in years to come. I would imagine so, even if there's peace in Ukraine and Ukraine has to give up some of its land, unfortunately, if that does happen, if that does work out and there's a ceasefire or whatever, I still imagine Ukraine is going to want technology and, machines, AI, and everything needed to create essentially another, how do I say this? To create a strong defensive military for Ukraine in case Russia does it again, which is what a lot of people are predicting. Given the significant revenue increase from Department of Defense contracts, how sustainable is this growth? I think this is very sustainable. I don't think I could answer that one. It's very sustainable. The military's it's not got nowhere to go but up. It's got nowhere to go but up. The past 3 years have been incredible for Cybl. Despite the CE designation, let's look away from the CE designation. Let's not think about that. Let's just think about the fact that for the past 3 years, despite the CE designation, that only affects the stock. It doesn't affect the company itself. It has increased its revenue. It has increased its revenue potential. It's in the Department of Defense. And they've followed through on that. Sure, the stock side of things, it looked ugly, right? With the CE designation, no one being able to buy. But ultimately, the past couple of years, it's been an incredible transformation for Cyberlux. They have followed through, despite the CE. Again, the stock isn't the company isn't the stock. And they're smart enough to know, like, hey, we have to continue and develop a very diverse set of revenue streams within the global defense marketplace from their subsidiaries. How does Cyberlux plan to address cash flow issues, and when is stability expected? Based on signed contracts, we have several years of operating capital in the pipeline. The most recent 2 quarters represent an initial, by the way, this is the important thing, initial, that's the keyword, snapshot in our anticipated growth trajectory. Of course, growth requires cash, but we believe that our growth plans will result in sustained cash flow as we continue to deliver on contracts. I don't know why people keep questioning the cash flow stuff. They'll be fine. They'll be fine. I'm pretty sure they'll be fine, guys. Relax. I don't think they've diluted much these past 3 years. Like, I'm comparing Cybl to AITX. AITX diluted like 200 million, I believe. Like, literally a month ago, 200 million shares. They dilute like 1 billion every... Yeah, the AITX dilutes like 1 to 2 billion shares every year. Just as a comparison. So, I don't think Cybl has any... I think Cybl's fine. Come on. I don't know what is it with all these cash flow problems. I don't see cash flow. I see cash flow problems in terms of they have too much money. Where's the dividend? All right, jokes aside. What are the terms of Cyberlux federal contracts? I don't think, could they even talk about that? I don't think so. Why has the accounts receivable number remained unchanged, and how will this be resolved? Yeah, different contracts have different terms, typically net 30. We are not concerned with the quality of the AR balance. Yeah, I'm not concerned with any of that. How does Cyberlux plan to manage outstanding debt and ensure sustainable financial growth? Yeah, they're going to manage their debt just fine. Again, they're not AITX. I don't know what are these questions. It's not AITX, guys. It's not that. It's not trash. Not even close. I see questions like that, and I'm like, those are the kind of questions that need to be asked to the AITX CEO, not this stock. Corporate governance and shareholder value. A share buyback program still planned. Okay, they did answer this. The board of directors has approved a potential buyback, and we continue to look for opportunities to implement, but prioritize current operations and funding growth, which makes sense. Absolutely, prioritize research and development and all that over share buybacks. The share structure isn't terrible. Like I said, I'm comparing it to AITX. It's not bad. They can bring it down. I wonder if they can bring it down to $1 billion. That wouldn't be a bad target. I don't think it'll ever be a low floater that can move to dollars off of, little volume, but I wouldn't mind it coming down. But they should definitely focus on growth, research and development, all that. So yeah, we don't have to worry about a reverse split. Uplisting to NASDAQ remains a possible option, which we will continue to evaluate based on the benefit to the company and its shareholders. I would prefer it doesn't go to the NASDAQ just yet. Focus on growth. The stock's not going to go much of anywhere. It's just going to go sideways and pump. It's going to be a pumpy stock. But on the company side of things, just focus on growth. And then once they're ready, or they feel they're ready, then go for the move to the NASDAQ. And then we'll see if this stops being a pumpy stock, because just because it uplists doesn't mean it can't be a pumpy stock. There are plenty of stocks that have uplisted, and they still remain being a pumpy stock. They still hold the bottom, and they still pump and dump. Some people think, oh, it's on a higher exchange. Woo, we're going to go to the moon. But that's not the reality. Keep an eye on ILIS and its subsidiary Uplist. Because one of its subsidiaries got acquired. And the stock that acquired it is just acting like a pumpy stock anyways. So it's just something to keep in mind. Uplisting does not mean to the moon. It could mean that. But also look at the other side of things, I'm not overly bullish that I'm going to go, oh my god, uplist, woo, to the moon, woo. No. Let's temper expectations. Will company gains always take priority over personal gain? How will the company ensure responsible management as it grows? Yeah, I don't really care about none of that. Just give me the pump. Okay, give it to me cheap and give me the pump. That's really all I care about. Stock market position and investor relations. Why hasn't a PR been released on major business outlets about the company's strong financial results? Will future communications prioritize visibility? Wait, didn't they release a PR that caused the CE designation? Isn't that what happened? Didn't they pay someone to release some kind of article, bullish article, and then they got hit with the CE? Isn't that what happened? So I kind of don't blame them. They probably wouldn't want to take that risk again. Like, man, if we release a PR with the wrong people, we might end up with a CE again. Didn't that happen last time? Wasn't it because they paid someone for a very bullish, pumpy article? Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I don't remember that well. But looks like the press, in terms of their press release strategy, they will make press release decisions on a case-to-case basis. Yeah, they probably want to be, as I was saying, they're going to be careful to avoid announcements that could be misconstrued as promotion of the stock, which is, So it did happen. It was because of a PR. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're kind of just, I'm not going to say afraid, but I would rather they not release PRs if I don't want to give the OTC even a chance at, slapping the CE on again. Let me put it that way. I don't know about you. I get it. You don't want to let fear control you and not release PRs, but at the same time, do you really want to give OTC markets I'd rather just not risk it. Last thing we want is another CE. We're good. I'd rather you not drop PRs if it's gonna result in a repeat of last time. So I can't blame them. They really are going to be careful to avoid it, I'm sure. So we're probably not going to get a lot of PRs like normal. In keeping with our focus on shareholder value, we also consider the cost of issuing press release in relation to the benefits to shareholders and other stakeholders of our doing so. How is the company addressing misinformation and fake news impacting its share price? I don't think that matters. I've been in the OTC 3 years now. Nothing matters. None of this is BS. I don't care about the misinformation and fake news. That it doesn't impact the share price. If it does, then fantastic. I guess it causes stupid people to sell, so I can buy it at the bottom. Thank you. I keep misinforming people and dropping the fake news. It benefits me. It gets me cheaper shares, I guess. If you're that stupid to fall for fake news and misinformation, you deserve to take the loss, and I deserve to buy your shares nice and cheap. Let me put it that way. That's all I'm going to say with regards to that question. Let's see. As long-term shareholders, we have come to an understanding. There have been apparent efforts over the last year to manipulate shareholder sentiment with misinformation. Again, if you're selling, you're an idiot. Especially if you're selling because of misinformation and fake news. Like, Google is there. The financials are there. I don't know. You'd have to be dumb as a rock, honestly. Which I hope none of you are. I hope not. I assume everyone who watches this video, I assume everyone who watches my videos and who subscribes and is a subscriber, I'm assuming they're intelligent people. We have taken certain steps since the CE has been removed and will continue to evaluate the benefit to let such disinformation die of lack of oxygen, quote unquote. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary, quite frankly. You can look at their financials and come on, it's simple math. There's a calculator. You could just go to ChatGPT or Grok and just ask, hey, what are the financials for Cybl? And give me the ratios. You could use AI to your advantage. It'll hopefully do it correctly. Future opportunities and vision. What untapped potential exists for Datron Communications and how will Cyberlux leverage it? Our communication products have global reach and almost unlimited potential as one of only 2 made-in-America U.S. military communications manufacturers. As we work on next-gen communication capabilities, our access to global market represents a significant opportunity. Is Cyberlux planning to develop hardware, patents, and software for royalty and subscription revenue streams? We have always been focused on IP as a corporate directive, including patent filings. Software is also a core of the company's ongoing solution development. Once the company achieves key financial milestones, how does the leadership plan to celebrate? Well, I plan to celebrate by drinking. Cheers, guys. Oh, that is delicious. I'm drinking a, Smirnoff Ice Lemon. So, it's good. It's delicious. I can't even taste the alcohol. Or maybe I'm drunk. Jokes aside, For our team, achieving key milestones is an expected ongoing flow of business, so there is never just a goal line, but instead an ongoing miles marker as we pursue our mission, which makes absolute sense, right? You always have another goal. You just keep pushing it further. You keep pushing yourself to do more, to achieve more. That's what I imagine. You would want that kind of CEO anyways. One that's willing to do more and push more and go as far as they can believe they can go. Alright guys, I went over everything to me that's important. I skipped some stuff that I'm like, not a big deal, whatever. But overall, as you can see, still sitting at 0067. Wait till Friday, and then I will alert if I feel like I'm going to jump in and just hold the position. That's all there is to it. I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.